Peace, everybody. It's your boy. Let's talk. We back with another video. All right, man. So, fellas, I want to talk about why you might be feeling a little bit lonely, and I want to let y'all know that you know, although you might be lonely, although it could be a little bit depressing, it's actually a good thing. Um, I believe that God, He separate us for a reason. I believe that God, He sets us up for something big, and we have to, separate. We have to go through our journey alone. When you think about just all the top people, all the top players in the world, just now, current, and throughout history, more times than any, a lot of significant people they made their transition alone. Rarely, very seldomly, you see something happen like where there was an accomplice, where the people did it together. Usually, elevation takes loneliness. You got to take that journey alone. You got to find yourself. And when it just seems like all your friends are cut short, but some way, somehow, you still making it through, they ain't nothing but God. They ain't nothing but God just shielding you and just preparing you for something that's bigger. Now, I think that the the caveat to it is for us is to realize it and recognize it, and then we got to capitalize it on it because God put us in positions. But y'all know the old saying, God help those who help themselves. Like He's not going to do everything for us. He set breadcrumbs out there for us, but it's up to us to follow it. So that's exactly what it is, because there's a difference between being alone and loneliness. Because some people might think that they're the same thing, but it's not. It's two totally different things. Loneliness is a state of mind. Being alone is something totally different, because you can be alone and not be lonely. You know, I can put myself in a situation in this category because right now I will be considered alone. I don't have a significant other. I don't be hanging out a lot with my friends, my peers like I used to. I used to be one of those party guys who literally went out every single night of the week. It was not a night out of the week where it was a spot that I couldn't go to. And I've done that for years on end. Now I'm in a position in my life, a point in my life where I'm finding myself and going through a transition. And I see that a lot of the people that I used to hang out with, back then when I was doing my club days, none of those people are around. Yet, I don't feel lonely at all. I don't feel the need to call someone and try to hang out with someone, because I understand that there's a bigger purpose for me in my life. And I'm so focused on trying to become a better version of myself. Like, I work every single day. Um, I exercise just about every single day. I may skip a day here or there, but I work out just about every single day now and again. Um, I'm getting back into my spiritual focus, and I'm getting back into my purpose. I used to always say that I felt like I had a purpose in life. I never knew what it was, but I just knew that God had something in store for me. And then along the way, I kind of lost that that intuition, just being just caught up in the world. But now here I am, 41 years old, and I feel that purpose again. I see, I can sense that purpose again in life. And that's all because of me, just taking a step forward and just doing what I'm supposed to be doing and just becoming a better version of myself and just moving forward. And I'm doing it in isolation. Isolation is a good thing. It can be a good thing. It can be a bad thing too, depending on how you look at it, depending on a person. But isolation is a good thing. because, like I mentioned, when you're isolated, you get to really see who you are. Not only that, not yourself, but you get to see who others are too. Because those people that used to probably be around you all the time, you get to see if they, still around you, especially if you was the go-to person. If you was the one who always made things happen and everything, and you're no longer around, you get to see if those people who always depended on you, relied on you, if they're going to call you, check on you, see how you doing and everything. And 9 times out of 10, when you kind of separate yourself from that, you see not a lot of people was truly your friends. Not a lot of people was truly there for you because those people they keep on living on with their lives. Everyone do, but no one checks on you, no one calls you, no one see how you doing and everything. It was just a give and take. You give and they took. They took. But once you remove yourself from the equation, they can't take no more. So they stop calling you, they stop bothering you because to them, you were just a means to an end. So that's why I tell you all the time. Sometimes you guys gotta remove yourself just to see how people truly are, and again to find yourself, to find who you truly are as well. Because ain't nothing like having self confidence, self validation. Because I see a lot of people in the world today. They do a lot of things for clout. They do a lot of things for the validation of other people. And one of my homies posted something on Facebook maybe like 2 weeks ago or something. He said it was something to the course of so many people trying to be validated from an evil world where the world they didn't kill the perfect man, referring to Jesus Christ. So basically he was saying like, why are you trying to validate yourself to a world who unalive the perfect man? Like, what do you think they'll do to you? And that's a deep philosophy because I think the same way. Like, why you, why me or you or anyone for that matter? Why are people trying to? Um, why do people look at themselves through the lens of others? You got to stop doing that because it's all good when people see them as great, but then when people start talking about them and see them as bad, then people, then the subject, they start living accordingly. They start feeling like, oh, they ain't nothing because that's how the people feel of them, or that's how others feel of them. When it's like you can't live vicariously through others. You can't live through the lens of others. You got to validate yourself. You got to have self love, self validation, self respect. That way, if anyone do feel some type of way about you, whether that be negative or positive, it really don't have no effect on your life. There's no merit. You take the good with the good, but you also place the bad with the bad because you know who you are. You know yourself, and that comes to uh, a self journey that you got to take. That all comes from loneliness, or being alone. I'm sorry, it comes from being alone, not loneliness, but it comes from isolation. You can't be around others and find yourself. So many people are afraid to take that leap because I think that what I think is I think a lot of people, and forgive me for saying this, but I think a lot of people know they ain't shit. I think that's what it is. And I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but I'm realizing that not everyone thinks like me. Not everyone is optimistic. Some people know that they really ain't got no worth, they ain't got no value. So it's like, why try? And that's sad when you really think about it. That's because it really happens. And for someone to think of themselves that way, where it's like it's no hope for the future, that's a bad joint. But it's expected because you see it every single day. You see it happen in culture. You see it happen with relationships. You see it happen with these young boys. Like if there's not a care in the world. there's not a respect, a courtesy for life or anything, because no one have nothing to live for, because they looking at the world, they looking at others like, why would I care about you? Why would I have respect for you, love for you, when I don't even give a damn about myself? And that's pretty much what I think it is. And if people just took the time and just see that there's just so much more to the world, and if you just pray, and have faith, then there's not nothing that you can't do. Sure, there's going to be obstacles. Like, that's life. But triumph through adversity brings character. I say that all the time. Like, you should want to be a person who, triumph through adversity. Sure, we want things to be easy, but if you're a person like me, you want a little bit of challenge, because you want to be able to know that you can get through things. You can get through the rough patches in life. And if you can get through that, then you can pretty much make it through anything. That's how I look at life. So I'm all for a challenge. I don't want everything to be, so difficult where it's just like, but a challenge, yeah, that's good. And we all can use a challenge. Nothing in life comes easy. Everyone was not born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Everyone is not born privileged. Everyone is not born fortunate. There are exceptions, but that's not the rule. Most of us, we have to work for what we get in life. So if you want better, then you do better, and you work at it. And I don't care if you never reach, you trillions, billions of dollars, whatever the case may be. I guarantee though, if you start working at something better and you keep at it, keep your head low and keep at it, then in due time you're going to be much better off then than you started off with. It's inevitable, because time, practice makes perfect. Practice, experience makes better. And if you do something and you gain more experience at it, then you're going to be better at it. It's inevitable. So I just believe that, you know, us being isolated, being alone, I look at it as a good thing. I look at it as a chance for opportunity, opportunity to grow, opportunity to learn, opportunity to reflect, and opportunity to do something better, especially if your life is, in the rut and you see that there's no way out. This is your opportunity. So use this isolation as as a totem to be better. Use the isolation to be a light at the end of the tunnel. So when you come out at the other end, then you're gonna be that much better than it was when you first started. So that's what I think. But let me know what y'all think. Drop your comments down below. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell. I'll see y'all the next one. Peace.